for graduation. My name is Carrie Talbot, and I am a Student Success Advisor and Curriculum Specialist at ICANN. We do have the chat feature enabled on tonight's webinar, so if at any point you have questions, feel free to drop those into the chat. And if you're joining us on Facebook, feel free to drop those into the comment section, and we will address those as the night goes on. So Senior Decision Day. Before we officially get started, I do want to talk about who ICANN is. And our mission at ICANN is to empower Iowans to find success in career, college, and life. To accomplish this mission, we do offer a variety of advising services to students, families, and schools throughout the state. We offer advising services on the entire career and college planning process, from the very first initial steps of career exploration with career interest inventories, all the way through college visits, applying to college, and what we are probably most well known for is helping families complete the FAFSA, or that free application for federal student aid. So what exactly is Decision Day? Decision Day is a day when seniors determine which college they will be attending in the fall. This typically happens as May 1 is that National Decision Day date. This year, with the delays in the Better FAFSA, there are colleges that have pushed this decision day back. And so it is important to check with your specific college on when that official decision date is. Again, the national date is usually right around May 1st. So on National Decision Day, accepted applicants may be asked to sign a letter of intent to enroll in that college and officially submit their deposits if they have not yet done so to secure their place in the upcoming freshman class. If you can't decide on or before that decision day, that's okay. Contact the admissions office at the college you are wanting to attend and inquire about flexibility or extensions on those options. Some colleges do accept applications after their decision day, even throughout the summer up until that semester first begins. College Decision Day is different than National Signing Day. National Signing Day is when high school seniors sign a binding national letter of intent for a collegiate sport with a membership of the NCAA. So National Signing Day is to play sports in college, and College Decision Day is just that date that you decide officially which college you are going to and informing the colleges of that decision. So first, the question you need to ask is, have you been accepted? Hopefully by now, you have heard back from the colleges you've had applied to throughout this year, and you know if you've been accepted or not. There is no time like the present to start applying to college if you have not yet done so your senior year. There are colleges with what are called rolling admission dates and later deadlines. So rolling admissions means they will accept students on a continuous basis as those applications come in. Some colleges do have registration or application deadlines, meaning that you must apply by this date, and if you don't, they will not accept you into that next coming class. So if you've not yet applied to any colleges or haven't been accepted, you can still apply to colleges who have those rolling admission dates. If you have been accepted, right now, you're probably going to get those acceptance offers from all the colleges or some of the colleges that you have applied to, getting those official acceptance letters. So you will need to, at this time, when you have decided for that decision day, to officially respond to those colleges that you want to go to, as well as the colleges you no longer want to go to, and letting them know, yes, I want to come to you. Here is my deposit. Here is my official, I'm coming to you. And the colleges that you no longer want to attend, that you were admitted to or accepted into, it is your time to tell them, thank you for your acceptance, but at this time I have decided to go elsewhere. You might have been waitlisted. Waitlisted means that you may have met the necessary qualifications to be admitted into that college, but for whatever reason, the admissions office cannot accept or cannot offer you an acceptance at this time. A common reason for this might be because they have a really big incoming class that's applied to that university, and their university cannot hold that many students. So sometimes they will waitlist students to see if some of those students that they did officially say, here is your acceptance offer. If they decline, they will then go to the students that are on that wait list and give them their official, you are no longer on the wait list, you've been accepted. Do you want to attend us? If you have been waitlisted and it is at a college that you really would like to attend, call the admissions office and ask specific questions regarding that waitlist. Ask them what their waitlisted admission rate is, meaning that if you've been waitlisted, what's the percent chance that you are going to then become off of the wait list and be admitted? If they rank, what rank are you in that wait list? Are you the very first person that if somebody declines their acceptance, you get in, or are you one of the last people on that wait list to get it? And so your chances of getting in are longer. And you need to ask, if you're waitlisted, will that impact your aid that they can offer you or your housing selection if and when you do become accepted or admitted into that college and off of that wait list? Those are important questions to ask, because if they do impact your aid, that means your funding or your scholarships, you might not get as much. And if it impacts your housing selections, meaning that you can't get on-campus housing or you don't have a choice in that, you may not want to attend that college any longer. So again, what to do when you are waitlisted. When you're waitlisted, you can accept or decline that waitlist, meaning that you understand you're waitlisted. Yes, college, I'm willing to sit on that waitlist to see if I do become accepted. Or you can decline that waitlist and say, I do not want to be on that waitlist. I'm going to go to a different college. Even if you are waitlisted at a college, you may want to accept an admittance at a different college that you have been admitted to ensure that you do get into a college in the fall, especially if you do not get off of the wait list at that #1 school. Just note that if you do accept an admissions or an acceptance at a college, and later on the school that you were really wanting to go to that you were waitlisted on offers you an acceptance, you may lose the deposit on that school that you offered that official acceptance to. So just be aware that you may lose that deposit money. Colleges will begin to send out rejected letters to students on that wait list after that decision day, when all of the other admitted students who have gotten offers will contact them to let them know if they are coming or not. And once they have maxed out their space or the number of students they can have in that class, all the other remaining students will get those official rejection letters, or sorry, you cannot be attending our college in this class. So now that you have your admissions, you're knowing which school you go to, are you ready? Have you chosen your official college? Have you filed the FAFSA? You at this time are probably getting all of those financial aid offers from those colleges, since the colleges are now receiving student FAFSA data. And have you completed your housing applications? Remember, if you still are debating colleges, there are many things to consider when selecting a college. On the screen in front of you are just a few of the options to consider. Some of the top ones might make sure that the college you are going to go to has the major or the career programming you are wanting to pursue. That is probably the #1 thing to consider, is making sure they have the major that you want to pursue at that college. You might also consider things like cost and financial aid that you are going to receive at that college based on those financial aid offers that are coming in right now. So regarding those financial aid offers, you need to have filled out the FAFSA, that free application for federal student aid, in order to receive those financial aid offers, with all of the aid that you will be receiving at the federal level, the state level, and the college institution level. The FAFSA for your freshman year in college is available right now, and it can be filed online at studentaid.gov. You create an account with which is called a studentaid.gov ID. You create that free on your own, and then you can start completing the application. You should really always file the FAFSA, because it is required to receive any federal loans. So if you are needing or wanting to take out federal student loans, you must fill out the FAFSA in order to receive those federal loans. If you also are wanting to be potentially eligible for any federal grant money like the Pell Grant, you need to fill out the FAFSA as that's the only way to gain access to those grants. It is also required to fill out the FAFSA to receive any state of Iowa or state aid. Some examples of state aid that are available are the Iowa Tuition Grant, which offers grants, so it's free money to students that are attending the private colleges and universities in the state. You can also potentially receive the All Iowa Opportunity Scholarship, the Voc Tech Grant, or additional grant monies based on attending community colleges or going into an in-demand career field for the state of Iowa. You also may be required to fill out the FAFSA to receive any institutional aid from the college. So some colleges require you to have the FAFSA on file in order to officially award you the scholarships that they want to give you. So when to fill out the FAFSA? The FAFSA does become available every year, October 1st. This year was an exception due to the revamp of the FAFSA, known as the Better FAFSA. So this year it was delayed, but traditionally it becomes available beginning October 1. You complete the FAFSA every single year you want to go to college, starting your senior year of high school, and then you do it every single year after that until you graduate college. Each school has their own priority date. This is the date that is recommended to file your FAFSA by. It is not a deadline date, but it is a recommended date to be eligible for the most amount of money and to get that financial aid. If you are applying to multiple schools, you complete one FAFSA for every single one of those schools, since you put every single school you are applying to on that one application. So you would use the earliest priority date for those schools. If you did apply to more than one school, you are probably now receiving financial aid offers from all of the schools that you've been applied to and you've been admitted and accepted into. So by now you might be getting those financial aid offers like I've talked about. And so you are only going to get those if you filled out the FAFSA application and sent it to the colleges you've applied to, and you have applied to the colleges and have been admitted to those colleges. You don't have to accept your acceptance yet at those colleges to receive your financial aid offer, but you do have to be an admitted student that they've had to say, yes, you can come here. So these packages, these offers are usually sent electronically to the student's email. That email, in the body of that email, it's not going to outline all of the money you've received. You will need to log into your student portal at the college, and then it will let you know how much money you have received in grants and scholarships, which are free monies, and then the loans, which you'd have to pay back, and then any work study opportunities that you have been given. It is important to look over these financial aid packages and respond to any items if necessary. Many colleges will not release any monies, even your scholarships, your free money, until you've acknowledged these financial aid offers and that you've looked at them. You will see on all of your financial aid offers those federal student loans, and you might even see a federal plus parent loan, which means a loan that the parents can take out from the federal government. You will see on those financial aid offers that you will need to accept or decline that loan money. So you need to make sure you decide if you want that loan money and either accept it or decline it. As a reminder, you can decline a portion of that loan. So on the example on the screen in front of you, it says that they have a federal Stafford loan for $5,500. You can say, I want that loan, but maybe you only want $3,000 of that loan because the rest of your grants and scholarships cover the remaining costs. So you can reduce, you don't have to take out the loan in full. Again, these offers are going to be emailed electronically to the students. So it's important that the students are checking their emails, their personal emails, and even the college emails as well that they have established. So a little quick review on financial aid offers. When you are looking at these financial aid offers, you will see, I'll go back here, that you will have cost of attendance broken up into direct costs and indirect costs. When you are looking at your financial aid offer and determining if you need to take out any student loans, it's recommended that you look at your direct costs only, since those are billed directly to you from the college and must be paid. The indirect costs that are reflected in that cost of attendance on these financial aid offers are estimated expenses from that college based on averages. These are not billed by the college, and you do not have to pay the college for these expenses. These are things like your books and supplies that you will have to maybe purchase on your own for your courses. These are things like your transportation. Again, these are estimates. This could be things like paying for car payments or gas or any maintenance that you have to do on your car. It's also for things like personal expenses. Personal expenses could be anything from going out to dinner with friends, going on an evening out, or even paying for groceries, your shampoo, those types of things. So it's always recommended to only look at your direct costs, since that has the direct funding and must be paid. Those indirect costs are averages, and students and families can figure out different ways to pay for those items, or those items might not be at that estimated cost and they might be way less. So in a little example here, we have College A and College B on your screen. And again, it's recommended to look at only direct costs. So that is what we are looking at in this example for College A and College B. So you want to look at those direct costs and then subtract from that direct cost any of the grants and scholarships that you have received from those colleges. Again, those grants and scholarships are the free monies that you do not have to pay back. So always take those monies when you get offered that money. The remaining balance is what you may need to cover through student loans or through other means of funding. So you can then decide if you are going to take out a loan based on that remaining cost, or if you have any savings or education savings accounts like 529s to help fund that remaining cost of tuition and fees. Next is your housing applications. It is important to know and to fill out these housing applications. These usually have application deadlines, and so it's important to plan and file early for your housing applications. Many times, this is an online application where you can look at your housing applications and fill out your application forms, and you can take part in these during some college visits or orientation if needed. Your housing application is, in essence, your time to select what dorm or apartment or housing that you would like to live in for on-campus housing. This is for students who plan to live on campus. So you may not get your first or second pick when it comes to that housing application. If it's your first or second pick, if it's the brand new dorm on campus that's just been renovated, everybody is probably going to want that dorm room or that building. And so the seniors in that campus all the way down to the freshmen might also want that building. And there are only so many slots within each dorm. So you may not get that as a freshman going into college, since usually they put their housing applications in a priority or a seniority form, and they might even do it on a first come, first serve basis per class as well. Things to decide when looking at your housing application. Do you want to have a roommate? Do you want to have a single room? Do you want to live in a double or a quad, meaning 4 people are living in one area together? Do you want to have an apartment style housing if they offer that? Do you want to be off campus? So throughout that application, it's going to ask you these types of questions to figure out the style of housing you want. You may also be asked to fill out questions about you, your personality, your study habits, as they are going to match you with a roommate. You may not get to select your roommate. There might be a spot on that application to say, if you have a preference in roommate. So if you and somebody you know are going to that college, you both can put your names on there, and hopefully then that means they will match you two together. But if you don't know anybody going to your college, they are going to match you with a certain roommate. So they are going to maybe ask you some questions about you, your personality, your study habits, your interests, to try to find a roommate that will be a good match or a good pair for you, so you can have a good experience in that dorm room. So it is important to fill out these applications in a timely manner. to ensure that you get the housing you would potentially want. When you fill out your housing applications, you usually are required to submit some form of deposit. This deposit may or may not be refundable. Some colleges use their housing deposit as their official, your intention is to come to them. So some colleges say if you've paid for your housing deposit, you've in essence accepted your admissions and you're coming to us in the fall. So just make sure you have that you understand that. When you're filling this application out, it's important to fill it out yourself and to be honest. As you can imagine, if you are getting matched with a roommate, you want to be as honest as possible so that your housing experience in that dorm room is one that you enjoy and you're going to be spending a lot of time in that room with that individual. Not all residence halls cost the same. Like when I mentioned, it might be a brand new dorm on that campus, a renovated dorm. That dorm room might now have a higher fee than an older building on that campus. If you are in a dorm that has its own little private kitchenette within that dorm style, it also might have a higher expense. So just make sure you are aware that some dorm rooms do have higher costs than others. Some colleges offer what are called living and/or learning communities. These are where you can identify with that maybe you say you're in the engineering, you're going to be an engineering major, or you're going to be a veterinarian or going into the health sciences. Some colleges have learning community dorm rooms so that they will place all the students that are interested in engineering into that learning community. So maybe your roommate or everybody in your hall has that same interest area. These can also be things like you have a passion for volunteerism and they might have a living community for that, or they might have a religious dorm floor that you can identify with as well. Remember, you are more than likely going to be sharing your space. You are going to have a roommate. You are going to be sharing bathrooms, as at many colleges, dorms have communal bathrooms. So there are going to be a lot of areas where you are going to be sharing space. So it's going to be an adjustment. You might at home have your very own bedroom with a queen size bed and your own bathroom. When you get to college, you might now be in a dorm room with a twin bed and having a bathroom that is shared with 20 other people that live on that floor. So just remember your living experience might be different. That was tonight's presentation. If you have any questions or need additional help on your college process, you don't know what steps to take, you're still debating about which college to attend, or you have all of those financial aid offers and you're not quite sure how to interpret them, please reach out and we will be happy to help. Your school counselor is also a great resource to talk to about some of these steps. The college admissions and/or financial aid offices are another great resource to contact and talk to, especially if you have questions about their admissions process, their housing forms, their orientation, which is coming up, which we do have a Wednesday webinar on that at a later time, or even your financial aid offers and your packages through them. Again, you can contact us at ICANN with our phone number or on our website and create an appointment for additional help and services. We do offer tips of the week as well, or e-alerts. So these are weekly short mini videos and alerts that get sent out to students, parents about related topics. We also have email alerts that you can sign up for to talk about reminders and upcoming special events. This is a screenshot of our website. So you can see right on our website in the middle, you can schedule an appointment right away if you want to schedule an appointment with any one of our advisors. In the upper right-hand corner, you see it says Resource Library. You can access that resource library, and we have a wealth of resources for students to utilize when it comes to deciding what colleges to use or to attend to, information about financial aid, and as well as determining what career to pursue. So it's another great resource to utilize and look at as well. So you've decided officially where you are going to go to college. So some last few tips here. Orientation. Once you've officially assigned with the college you want to go with, you are going to have to attend an orientation. This orientation will probably be this sometime this summer, and it's going to be mandatory. This is where they will bring all of the incoming class onto campus, and they will go through a lot of information with students to help them be the most successful while they're there at that college. Just because you have now decided where you are going to college doesn't mean that you can't keep looking for scholarships. Keep looking for and applying for scholarships. There are scholarships that are still out there that have not passed their deadlines. So keep filling out those scholarships. And now, especially since you're getting those financial aid offers, you can determine if you still need to apply for more scholarships to help fund your education and not have so much out-of-pocket expenses or loans. A pro tip is book hotel rooms for parent weekend early. Colleges have parent weekends for those in the fall, and hotel rooms in that town that you're going to fill up weeks, months in advance. So figure out when that parent weekend is and get a hotel room so you're not having to get a hotel that's 30, 40, 50, 60 minutes away from campus. Get ready to show your school spirit. Go and buy all that clothing so you're ready to rock and roll for those first games and homecoming week at your college. Once you get notified of your roommate and who that is, contact your roommate, introduce yourselves if you don't know each other, share your contact information about the best way to meet with each other and contact each other, and then start deciding how you're going to set up your dorm. Start with a plan. Split up who is going to get the big expenses if you're wanting a TV in your dorm room, if you're wanting any of those additional bigger expenses, who's going to provide what? Are you going to have a futon in your room or a couch? Who is going to provide that? You both don't need to bring a computer and you don't both need to bring couches. In fact, you probably won't have room in your dorm rooms for 2 couches or TVs as well. So make sure you talk with your roommate and coordinate who's bringing what so you have exactly what you need when to go. And lastly, enjoy. College is going to be a great time. So make sure you enjoy your college, get a great education, and get involved. Again, that is tonight's presentation. So please feel free to contact us if you need anything. Otherwise, have a great rest of your night.